Hey guys, what's up? It's Paul Salazar. I'm here with Mike Goldfarb.
Hey, Paul.
Hey. And we're at your family winery, Agua Dulce Winery. Super excited to be here with you. Tell us more about what you guys are selling.
Yeah, so Agua Dulce Winery, it's LA's largest premier winery and vineyard. It's 45 minutes north from West LA, and it's a whole different world. And I can't wait to show you the rest of the property.
It is a whole different world. I mean, this is on Westworld, right? Like they were like filming Westworld here at this property, which is really, really cool.
Yeah. We do a lot of filming here. Westworld, Parks and Recreation, Mayans, 911, and it's cool because some of the shows they'll leave some props and things behind, so then now they're incorporated into the winery.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So we're going to show you the entire winery. I've never done a wine tour before, so I'm super excited to show you guys that. They have donkeys in the back too. We're going to have some wine here. We're going to have some wine at the what's it called? The cellar. Oh, the cellar.
We're going to do a barrel tasting.
Barrel tasting. That's going to be really, really fun. And if you guys have any questions, leave some comments down below and let's go and walk inside. Check it out. Okay, so this is the
tasting room.
Tasting room slash kind of like gift shop. Okay, cool. So this is what people, this is like their first entrance to your winery.
Yeah.
Okay. And you guys are selling here just kind of like whatever kind of goes with wine.
Totally.
The crackers, the cheeses, all the
jams,
snacks.
a lot of local products as well.
Cool.
And then of course the wine.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
This is the main wine tasting room.
The main wine tasting, yeah. And then we have some other event spaces because on the weekends, you know, it's overflow here.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't get a spot at the bar.
Okay.
So we'll have other bars set up around the facility to accommodate wine tasting for people.
Very cool, very cool. And how many different types of wines do you guys serve here and you guys make here on the property?
So we have 6 varietals here and some more blends with those varietals. And everything that is sold here, it's grown here. So it's all estate wine. So everything starting from the grape to the press, to the bottling line, to the bottle, to the glass. It all happens right here.
And this is the largest winery in all of the city of LA or the county of LA?
The county of LA.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's the largest winery and vineyard, in LA County.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's this,
And that's is that by just size, like acres?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And how big is the lot?
90.
90 acres.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm not gonna show you the whole 90 acres, but we'll walk around most of it, which is really cool. All right, cool. And then up here you have offices?
Yeah, there's some offices up here.
Okay.
And then when you go through that door, there's more offices and event spaces and conference rooms, and it really just kind of spreads out.
I mean, I love this kind of feeling here too, because you have a lot of volume here, and it's very inviting. It's warm here, and you guys this is open every day, or?
It's open 5 days a week.
Okay.
Closed on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But yeah, every weekend, I mean, it's just like
it's a lot of people
pumping here. Yeah,
that's
just
cool.
Tons of people.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's walk through here. Show people.
I don't know. I wanted to point something out, Paul.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
When you were driving up, did you pass Vasquez Rocks? Have you been there?
No, I've never been there.
So it's this really cool, unique geological rock formation that's on the way here. So that's a photo of Vasquez Rocks. And they also film a lot of movies there. They film Star Trek, Flintstones.
I've seen that before.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So this is it's almost like kind of like a Joshua Tree thing where you go and like climb these rocks.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are those people up there?
Those are people, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
And this is close by?
Yeah, I mean, it's 5 minutes away from here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So this is a really popular place for people to come and hang out.
Yeah, it's part of like kind of the destination of coming here. You know, we get a lot of hikers, and the PCT, the Pacific Crest Trail, runs right through the property. So a lot of, hikers and outdoors kind of people come over here.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's only 45 minutes from the west side. And it's like your energy just like relaxes here.
Yeah.
Which is so nice.
Yeah, I mean, you're like in the country.
I know. There's a lot of like Western type of architecture on the way here once you get off the 14 freeway.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. Have you seen the movie Nope?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
The Jordan Peele movie?
Nope.
Okay, no. Yeah.
No.
So, Jordan Peele, obviously huge director,
of course,
Get Out, everything.
I love Jordan Peele.
So Nope, the first scene in the movie, the guy's driving, is listening to the radio, and something comes on about Agua Dulce. I'm like, wait, did they just say Agua Dulce? Yeah. And then it just so happens, like the movie takes place in Agua Dulce, and a lot of the movie is about the film industry and kind of the intersection with like Western culture and all that. And that's kind of what this whole area is about. There's a lot of horse ranches here that have been used for movies, and there's a whole Hollywood component to Agua Dulce that it's kind of cool to now be a part of that too with the filming that happens here.
Well, I mean, we'll have some more time to like talk about the history of this city, which is really cool too. Because I don't know much about Agua Dulce. Obviously, Agua Dulce in Spanish is sweet water. I mean, I wonder why they named it that way and like when it was settled. But I do love the architecture as you come in here. It feels like you're in a completely different world, and you're only 45 minutes away from LA, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want to note here in this area?
No, I think that's it. We'll come back for some wine tasting later.
Yes, I'm excited for that. All right. So we're walking through here.
One more thing, sorry.
Yeah, no, for sure.
These are some of the awards that the winery's won over the years. Some of these are actually kind of dated, but we've won some more recent awards as well.
Okay, really cool.
Recently won a gold medal at the LA County Fair.
Okay, that's pretty big.
Yeah, so cool. The wine is, I'm probably a little biased, but I will say the wine is fantastic.
What's your favorite one?
The Sangiovese.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's you don't see a lot of Sangiovese here. It's the same grape as Chianti.
Okay.
And the reason it's not called Chianti is Chianti, similar to Champagne.
It has to be from
the Chianti region.
Okay, got it.
But the grape is Sangiovese,
and
I think that's just one of the most extraordinary wines we have here.
All right. Will we be able to taste that later on?
For sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. It's kind of like tequila, right? Like they're starting to make tequila in Hawaii.
Yeah.
But it's called like blue agave.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the conference room, and who hangs out here? This is.
So when we do tours and events, we'll often have lunch available for people, so people can have their lunch here. They could sit outside wherever they like, but we'll serve the lunches here. They'll have team meetings here.
Yeah.
Kind of it's a multi-purpose space.
Sure.
And people can enjoy it however they like.
And this opens up to the back of the winery?
Yeah, so that can open up. And what we'll do sometimes is we'll set up a bar right over here, and then people can just walk up, get wine instead of having to come all the way inside to get wine.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. This, should we look at now?
Sure.
Okay, let's do this. This is actually really cool. I mean, we walked through this last time, and I wanted to ask you a bunch of questions about this cool machine. Where should we stand at?
Maybe we stand over here so we can.
So this is the bottling area, yeah?
Yeah. So this is the bottling line, and it's it's from Italy.
Okay.
It's a smaller bottling line, so a lot of commercial facilities will have they'll bring a bottling line on a truck, and it's a whole heavy duty thing.
Yeah.
The benefit of having this bottling line, while it's not bottling as many bottles per minute as one of the bigger lines, it gives us the ability to do like private label and smaller batch wines. So what happens often is someone will say, hey, we're having a wedding and we want to have like our label on this bottle. Can you do 100 bottles for us? We can do that because it's really easy to rev the machine up, do the bottling, and put whatever label you want on wine.
So this just does the actual labels?
It does. It puts the juice in the bottle.
The juice in the bottle.
It puts the cork in. It puts the cap on, and then it wraps the label on it.
Okay, so it's all that.
It's all that. It's cool. When this thing's going, it's so many different moving parts at once.
It starts on this side?
It starts on. Yeah, starts on this.
So it's on this side here. Okay, and it juices. I see some lines over there, so it probably gets juice over there.
Yep.
And then it goes through here. It's probably where they put the cork in.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And so how many bottles can this process, I guess, in an hour? Is it pretty fast?
It's fast, yeah. Okay. I gotta get back to you on how many.
For sure. But because you can do like 12 bottles at once right there.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you guys bought this because your family has owned this since 2010, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've owned it for about 14 years. Is this something that you guys purchased?
No, this came with the property.
This came with the property.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So that was one of the benefits of buying this property is that it came with just state-of-the-art equipment already. So we've done a lot of improvements and just made everything even more beautiful and working even more efficiently. But the bottling line was already state of the art. The tanks and the barrels were already, top of the line.
Yeah.
So, it's great to work with, when you have good equipment coming into something like that.
Okay, for sure. And we'll talk a little bit later about, you guys own some other wineries too.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
So you're like, your whole family's in the wine business. All right, very cool. Which would probably make it hard for you to not drink any more alcohol if you ever had to.
You gotta, just kind of restrain yourself sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And this?
This is a tank. It's not being used right now.
Okay, got it.
But this is a much smaller tank, and then you'll see when we go into the cellar, we have much bigger tanks than this.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so this is, and then that room over there, is that storage?
That's a warehouse.
A warehouse,
yeah, storage room.
Okay.
And then we have another event room on the other side.
Yeah, let's go check that out.
Cool.
Yeah, because we were talking to the property manager, right? His name was
Steve.
Steve, right?
Yeah.
And so he was saying that the bulk of, I guess, the money or like the revenue that's coming into this business is from events.
Yeah.
So like business events, weddings, I guess any event.
Yeah, we do. A lot of events, private events. The tasting room does a lot of business. The wine club does a lot. We have almost 4,000 wine club members.
Okay.
So they're getting a case of wine every few months.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
And filming does a lot of business here.
Okay.
So
cool.
I mentioned some of the shows that have shot here, and they'll come and they'll write a check to.
And when you guys bought it, you had to develop the business.
Totally.
So when you guys bought this, you saw an opportunity to build on top of what was already here and existing.
Yeah, so an interesting thing about the filming, it's the property is within the 30-mile zone, which means in Hollywood production, if you're filming, it's like a 30-mile radius from downtown LA. And anything filmed within that, you're paying the crew normal rate. If they go beyond the 30 miles, then you're paying them additional travel fees and expenses to film. So it's advantageous for production to film within that 30-mile zone, and this is it. And the cool thing about
huge. Yeah,
it's huge.
That's
and it's great because it's like you get so many different types of locations when you're here.
And it's big.
Yeah.
It's 90 acres, so you have plenty of room for the trucks and the staff and all the people that come with that kind of production.
Hundreds and hundreds of parking spaces. Yeah. There's no overhead wires too, which is great for exterior shots. So it's become a really nice revenue stream for the winery.
Were they already filming stuff before you guys bought it, or was it something that you guys brought into the business?
To my knowledge, there wasn't any significant filming.
Okay, got it. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, sounds good. So this is your primary event, kind of indoor space?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, this, and then there's another room over here.
Okay. Cool.
But when people are here, they want to be outside. So that's
for sure.
That's the main place
100%.
to be. Yeah.
And then what's the busy time here? Is it during like the fall and spring when it's a little bit cooler? Because it gets warmer here, right, in the summertime?
Yeah. Yeah, fall and spring is definitely busy.
Yeah.
Summer's pretty hot, but we had one of our best months ever last month. So it all depends. If people want to sit under an umbrella or come inside, it's everything's available.
That's the nice thing about this property is that you have different places for people to hang out.
Yeah.
They're not getting bored here.
Definitely not.
And if they bring kids, there's animals here too.
For sure.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, and this was a really active month. We had hay rides going on. We had Stomp Fest a few weeks ago, which is the big annual signature event where people get to stomp grapes, and there's a Lucy lookalike contest, like that famous episode of I Love Lucy. So people get really into that. Cool. People bring their kids and families, and I was talking to someone actually in the hayride the other day, and he was sharing with me that he's been coming here since he was a kid, and now he has a daughter who's bringing here. Yeah, so it's a cool place to have that kind of like that continuity of.
Do you know the history of the winery? Like when was it? When did they start it?
Yeah, so it was built in the late '90s, and it was kind of run for almost a decade under a prior regime, and our family bought it in 2010.
So you're the second owner of the winery.
Maybe the third owner.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was built by a developer and then sold to someone else, and then
so the developer built the winery? Mm-hmm. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know much about like winery estate sales, but this is really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a treat to be here and to just to film it. So thank you. I appreciate
Thanks for being here.
Yeah. So let's go outside, check out this. I mean, this is, I mean, like we've already talked about it, but it's so nice to be out of LA. I mean, we both live in the West Side, so it's like hustle and bustle and the energy, and it's fun. You know, we have great restaurants and things to do there, but it's intense.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels good to come out here and relax. And the good thing about this property is that if you're the owner of this property, you have a house where you can stay at. Or is it, you guys also Airbnb that house?
Yeah, it's mostly done, it's mostly on Airbnb.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, so that's, you know, another thing. It's just, you know, if you wanted to have a quick escape from LA, come up here with, you know, some of your closest friends, stay in the middle of a vineyard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 40 minutes from LA,
That's
you could
so
do
cool.
that.
Yeah.
And this is kind of cool. We're talking about, you know, escape from LA and everything, like, you know, signs pointing to Napa and Paso and San Ynez and, you know,
like
all these
that.
other, Bordeaux even.
So these are all the wine regions.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So these are all wine regions that, you know, most people, you gotta, you know, hop in a car for, you know, 6 hours to go to Napa or fly in a plane. It's like, we're here, you know, like Napa just got 6 hours closer to LA.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's walk down here. You have some guests already enjoying some wine on a Friday afternoon. I like that. So was this already developed when you guys got it? I mean, or did you like?
You guys enhance this part? Bones were there, but it's been enhanced a ton.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
cool.
Yeah, the gazebo. Actually, the gazebo was not here. We built the gazebo.
Okay, cool. So this is just a piece of dirt land here before, and you guys added this. I think this is a cool spot here.
Yeah.
Because it's like a centerpiece of this, and then you can put, you know, tables, and you said you have like weddings here.
Yeah.
As well.
So we've had weddings up here. There's also another venue over there. I'll show you where we have weddings.
I can
but it's really
imagine
cool.
this with a bunch of people. It's got to be really fun.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we'll have like a band just set up right here, and you walk down. There's live music playing. Tables are all around. You know, there'll be someone doing barbecue and vendors, and it's a whole scene.
I like that. Yeah, this is a really good idea. And then you told me that you just brought some donkeys over. We'll look at the animals later on, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's so relaxing here, man.
Yeah.
And it's just you're surrounded by mountains here.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's just the views are amazing. The sunsets are incredible here. It's so peaceful.
How often do you come up here?
I come up here every couple weeks.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. And you're having a kid soon, man. Mm-hmm. Are you kind of sad that this is going to be gone?
Yeah, you know,
I mean, you guys have other wineries.
Yeah, we have other wineries. Yeah. We have a ranch winery and vineyard near Paso Robles.
Yeah, which is, I love Paso Robles.
So
what
nice.
A great place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. But it's great, but it's, you know, what, 3 hours away? Mm-hmm. Right? So like this is really close, which is nice.
Yeah.
But that one are you guys keeping?
For now.
For now. Okay, got it. And then you had one in the Funk Zone too, in Santa Barbara. Yeah. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that was called Oriana Winery.
Okay.
And we were one of the first wineries in the Funk Zone.
Okay.
And you know, now at the time there were maybe like 2 or 3 other wineries when we set up shop, and now I mean there's dozens and dozens.
Yeah.
I mean you can't even like walk without hitting a winery. So yeah, we had that winery for probably since like the mid 2000s, and we made a few. I could show you in there. We have some of the bottles still, but. Some of the wines we made, we sold at Trader Joe's, and they were pretty iconic.
Really?
One was called Project Happiness, and it was a yellow smiley face on the bottle. And then the other was question mark. And, you know, a lot of people, like, you know, when you buy wine, it's like, what are you buying on? You know, you're buying on the label, and if that resonates with you 100%. And all that. So, you know, thankfully the wine here is great, but, you know, also having like a label that really speaks to people, and it's like, oh, that's cool. That's like a fun thing to bring to a party. Of
course.
You know?
Yeah. How did your family get into the wine business? Is that from like another generation?
No, it all just kind of happened organically.
Really?
My parents, probably in the late 90s, they planted some vines in their backyard. They live in LA, in
LA,
in Bel Air. Just you know, like just in the backyard, having like a little mini vineyard in the backyard.
That's kind of cool.
Just as like an aesthetic thing. They love traveling and going to the south of France, and they thought, oh, this will look nice. And it's like, oh, now we have grapes. Now we got to like make wine somehow. Yeah. And then the opportunity came along to buy the Santa Barbara winery, and it was like, okay, this is like a next step. And then the property in Paso was a bigger step, and then this was another big step. So it all just kind of happened organically.
Yeah,
but
that's really cool.
Yeah, we.
I feel like owning a winery is such a. It's like, obviously, if you're like a wine aficionado, it's always like a dream.
Yeah.
But it's always like a dream that is so hard to get because it's expensive.
Yeah, and I'll say, I think what's really cool about this property is it's so close to LA, and there's so many people that are passionate and enthusiastic about wine. The price that it's being sold for, it's very attainable, compared to what other properties are selling for in LA. I mean, there's people's guest houses that are probably more expensive than buying this winery.
That is true, yeah.
So it makes it more attainable. If you've ever had that passion or that interest to be a winemaker, to own a winery, it's here. And there's a great team that, is here to kind of
That's true.
Be there every step of the way.
Let's talk about it because it really is like a plug and play.
It's plug and play,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably some areas that can have some improvement, which is
Sure.
great. Like for any buyer, buying a business, they want to have like their own vision of how they can improve it, which is great. It gets so much land here to improve on. But tell us about the actual team that works here.
Yeah, so there's a winemaker, a general manager, and staff that's working in the fields that's running that, and then also in the tasting room. And yeah, it's a turnkey business. It's a 7-figure revenue generating business, and you just have to kind of like step into that role.
Which is great.
And there's a lot of, there's a built-in community too. There's, customers that keep coming back.
Yeah.
And
so you have 4,000 members.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And they're from all over the States and also from around the world.
Yeah, all over.
Your map. We'll show the map on the B-roll because I think it's really cool.
Yeah. But a lot of people from LA,
Yeah.
a lot, or like the surrounding area. So that's, the feel-good part about it is that it's like this cultural community hub.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of San Ynez and Los Olivos because I have friends in Santa Barbara that have kids and they love going over the mountain to visit the wineries there. And it's kind of the same drive time, like 30 to 60 minutes. And those wineries kind of have the same things you have here. You have a lot of land, you have animals, and so the LA community doesn't really have that.
It's true.
Temecula is not close.
No.
So this is probably the closest place that they can go to where they can bring their family, have some wine, have some food. I mean, tomorrow you're having like a chili cook-off, I heard.
Yeah, so there's a chili cook-off tomorrow.
Yeah,
People
cool.
get really passionate about all these events. We do, a rib cook-off, a craft fair where a lot of the local community will come and sell things that they make. Stomp Fest, which I was telling you about earlier. So there's tons of events and content here for
So
people
every
to get
weekend
involved.
you have something going on.
Every weekend.
Constantly.
Yeah, we had hay rides going this month.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really fun just
That's
to
awesome.
be out here.
And like people love that about wine. It's like wine is not only, it's not only a thing that makes your body feel good, but I think when people drink wine, there's like a sense of like community. You're having it with somebody else or with like family or with other people. So I think when people think about wineries, it's always a good feeling. It's like you're gonna go and hang out and do something fun.
Yeah, there's a story, and I think what I was telling you about, it's all estate wine. All the wine comes from here, right? And when we go into the vineyard, you'll see every row of grapes has a name on it. So when someone signs up for the wine club, you get your name on a row of grapes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So it's just a cool way to
like
have
that.
a connection to the property.
Yeah,
So when you come back with your friends, you can be like, let me show you the Paul Salazar.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Well, I gotta become a member so I can get my name over there. All right, cool. So now that we've seen, I guess the main building here in the front of the winery, and then this little cool outdoor area. Let's go check out. You have a house here.
Yeah.
And then you have another barn for events.
Sure.
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. We'll see you then. So now we're at I guess like the primary residence of the winery. This is a full-on house.
Yeah.
So what? Give me the specs of it. How many
So
bed square footage?
5 bedroom, 5 bath, 5,000 square foot.
Oh, a big house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Colonial manor style house. In the middle of the vineyard.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. I mean, when we go in, you'll look at all the windows and you're just looking at vines everywhere.
Very cool.
And mountains.
Yeah. And this was built, was this one of the original structures?
This was original.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. And we've done some work inside since we bought it.
So this is the first structure on this parcel.
Correct.
And there's 2 parcels you said.
We're actually still on the same parcel as the
okay.
winery, but then there's another parcel on the other side which has more vines on it.
Okay, cool. Well, let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is another source of income for the business.
Yep.
Airbnbs. Also, if you have like a wedding here, then I guess, you know, like the family can stay here.
Family could stay here,
Yeah.
bridal party could stay here.
Okay, cool. Very nice.
Yeah, really high ceilings, big open space,
Yeah,
great for entertaining.
And very, very private too, which is great.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no neighbors around here.
No. How often do you get this rented through Airbnb?
It's rented on Airbnb a few times
Okay.
a month. Sometimes we'll get, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But because it's a 5-bedroom house, it really is for parties and special occasions.
Okay.
It's, it's not usually like a couple,
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
that's a lot of rooms
Yeah.
for just 2 people.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So is it a single story house?
Single story.
Okay, cool. So you said you had 5 bedrooms, 5 baths, and on this side you have.
4 bedrooms
Okay.
here, 1 bedroom on this side.
Okay, cool. Should we go look at one of the primary bedrooms?
Sure, let's go do
let's
it.
Go see it. So I'm sure you spent a lot of time here at this house. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. It's a nice retreat to,
Yeah.
like you were saying, get away from LA.
For sure.
Just hop in the car, 40 minutes, be in a different world.
Yeah, and good size too.
Yeah,
You said it's 5,000 square feet. Mm-hmm. Okay, single story. That's a good size house.
yeah.
And this leads outside.
Yeah, that goes outside, and spectacular views of the vineyard and the mountains and fireplace here.
There's something about like being next to vineyards that just relaxes you.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I remember staying up in Sonoma, and then we stayed in a little guest house next to the Mission, next to the little town square, and it had a view out to the vineyards, and it's just like, it. In your mind, you could be like in France or in Italy or anywhere in the world,
I think there's the association that you're going to have a glass of wine in your
Yeah,
hand soon.
yeah, exactly.
Not too far from that.
Yeah, it feels good. All right, cool. So let's go check out.
Let me show you one more thing in here.
Yeah, please
so
do.
there's a shower, soaking tub.
Okay.
And I mean, this is just such a dream to, open up the shades,
Yeah.
have your glass of wine, sit in the tub, and just like have all your worries melt away.
Very cool. And if you're like renting this through Airbnb, can you get you can access the winery obviously
Totally.
during working hours, which is
For sure.
awesome.
Yeah. So that's one of the other benefits or perks of doing it on Airbnb is that we kind of offer like a almost Airbnb experience or concierge type service where we'll set up a wine tasting. If you want to go horseback riding, we'll plan an entire weekend adventure for whoever's staying here.
Very cool. Have you heard of this app called Harvest Host?
Yeah.
Where because I've rented RVs in the past.
Yep.
And I didn't know this until I got the app. And basically you're able to stay in different locations in the RV
Yeah.
for free.
Yes.
And a lot of those locations are actual wineries.
Yeah.
You guys have that?
No, not currently.
Okay.
It's something. It's funny that you mentioned this because it's something that we're discussing now.
Oh, okay.
And I think part of it would be if we're going to do that, then we got to really build the RV hookups and stuff like that. So
Well, some don't have RV hookups.
they just do boondocking.
Yeah, they just stay in our parking lot.
Yeah.
But it's like almost like a thing that you have to buy like a few bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Which is great. Like absolutely, I'll buy some wine here.
Yeah.
Which is really cool, and then just stay on the lot.
Yeah, I think it's cool, and I think it's just figuring out like aesthetically where that would be, because if you're staying in this house and there's like an RV parked right outside,
That's like gonna be cool.
but the other area that will go with the barn and stuff, that could actually probably work as a good place for that.
Well, I remember that one of the rules was that you can only stay one night.
Oh.
So it was like just hang out for one night. But
Yeah.
I think what you're thinking is possible like hookups where you can stay a couple nights.
Right.
Which would be really cool. Yeah. I mean, there's when you have this kind of land, there's so many ways nowadays with all the apps and technology to find ways to add to the revenue streams.
Yeah.
Airbnb for this house, the RVs, there's probably a ton, all the events that you're doing. This is probably the coolest room in the house.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at that view.
Yeah, I mean, ton of space,
Very
Viking
cool.
appliances.
Yeah. When was this house built?
99.
99. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I've personally been here for chef dinners where you could it's I think a 10 or 12 person dining table and just have your the chef bringing your food out here.
That's
and
cool,
it's,
man.
yeah, it's such
That
a treat
is
to be
really,
here
really
doing
cool.
that.
Do you guys come here for Christmas, Thanksgiving, or
Sometimes
you do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes we'll have birthday parties here
Yeah.
and just family gatherings.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You had the opportunity to have this growing up. So this is a massive dining table.
Yep.
Wow. This will be hard to move. You cannot move this. I don't know how this even got inside.
Yeah,
this weighs a ton.
Yeah, you need a team.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you guys got that in there. That's a beautiful table. And great chandelier, pool table. Very cool. That room. Awesome.
Yeah,
and this is a map of the...
Yeah, no, there is no pool.
Okay.
Originally there was going to be a pool.
Yeah, but you can add a pool.
You can add a pool for
yeah,
sure.
There's plenty of space for a pool there. And then there's a tennis court?
No tennis court.
Okay, cool.
But you can add a tennis court.
So this is the idea of I guess the original concept of the house.
This was the concept. Yeah. It's just like, the concept car. It's like it gets tweaked
it
before it gets finally
for sure.
developed. Yeah.
Well, you have do you have horses? I know you have donkeys.
There's no horses currently, but there's horse ranches all around.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Do you ever get those people coming in their horses to have some wine?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, people ride their horses up here.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's
that's what's like kind of cool about it. It's like, you've traveled a lot and spent time in like more rural parts of California. People, I feel like there's like a perception that like, California is like all like cities and, it's like, it's a lot of country in California.
Most of California is.
Most.
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
Yeah,
it just gets, I guess, intertwined with all the bigger cities for sure.
Totally.
Yeah.
But this is like country life.
Yeah,
but
country
not
life.
that far.
Yeah. I mean, even if I guess if you wanted to own the winery and also live here, like that's also like an idea as well. Like not have this as like a income producing property, but you live here in this house, have the winery, kind of run it, have that whole like community aspect. That's also really cool.
Yeah. It's all very accessible.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now that we've seen the house, should we go take a look at the barn?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's do that. Well, actually, why don't we walk outside and see what it looks like outside?
Yeah.
Because this is kind of a cool area.
Yeah.
Where you can, again, if you wanted to expand this, you can put a pool back here.
For sure.
Cool pine trees.
Yeah, this is just a lot of space to have outdoor parties and events, and you could put more tables out here.
Yeah. I saw that you guys already started like decorating for started.
Yeah.
Halloween was yesterday.
Now it's time for Christmas decorations.
Yeah, for sure. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we get very into the festivities here.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense. Because you get people here all the time here, so that makes sense. Cool. All right.
Let's do it.
Next property.
Yeah.
Let's do it. This is a really cool spot of the winery. This is probably like is it the furthest point from like the main part of the winery?
Furthest structure. There's actually vineyard that goes on this way. There's about a mile of frontage on the highway.
Of the winery?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
big. Yeah, but this would be, if you were just cruising around, this would be like the furthest place from the winery itself.
Okay. And when you guys bought this, there was a shell of a barn here.
Basically.
And you guys just kind of built it out.
Yeah.
And you added this thing behind, which we'll look at in a second. So let's go inside. Cool. This is a really cool structure.
Yeah.
You can tell it's newer too.
Yep.
When did you guys build it out?
This just was completed less than a year ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is all pretty brand new.
And what was your idea in building this out?
Just to have we do so many events here, just to have another space, venue, opportunity for people to enjoy.
Yeah.
So, and especially if you want to do something that's a little bit more private, because if we're doing an event over there, unless you're buying out the whole winery, there's still going to be people coming for tastings, which is great. But, if you want to have your own private, secluded event, this is a great spot. There's no one else around here.
Yeah. And you can be as loud as possible. If you have music here, I see you have massive speakers here.
Yeah, you can have a festival here.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of having so much land. I think we already talked about this, but I want to re-mention it, is that there's so much opportunity to build out more spaces. Like, what does the opportunity look like? How many houses can you build on here? How many structures? Do you know that?
Yeah, I can look into how many specific structures, definitely more than the existing one house here for sure. And, as far as opportunity, one thing I'll say is like the business is profitable, but there's so much more room on the table to make this wildly profitable.
For
like
sure.
I mentioned a bunch of the revenue streams. There's a lot of things going on here. The winery does zero wholesale. So they don't sell any wine to restaurants, liquor stores, nothing like that. So if someone came on board who's like, hey, I want to really turn this around and get this wine everywhere, that could be a huge revenue boost.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And I saw as we were driving up here, that you have more land that you haven't even used yet. Is that on purpose, or is that land not usable, or is that like this all this land over here, right?
Yeah.
This is all yours.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all part of the property.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
there's only so much you
yeah,
can do with
yeah,
90 acres,
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's a ton. We were talking about, putting, an RV park, right?
Yeah.
You could do so many things. You can make it a music venue. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many really cool, interesting things, and it's just not that far from LA.
Yeah.
It's like if you're going from the west side to downtown for an event, that could be 45 minutes to an hour in the car.
Yeah.
It's could
It's
be less
close.
time coming here.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. So let's
Yeah.
check it out. All right. All wood inside.
Yeah.
Very cool. So this is, you have like a little kitchen here, a bathroom.
You could actually like stay here if you wanted to.
I was thinking, I was expecting more of like an open space. Which
Yeah.
it is open, but it's almost like a house in a way.
It could be a house.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that was kind of the intent when we were designing it. It was like, let's not pigeonhole ourselves
Yeah.
into like, it has to be just this. Because if someone wanted to sleep here, I mean, there's a bathroom with a shower.
Yeah.
There's a kitchen. You could turn that into a bedroom. You could do anything. So
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility with this
And
space.
this walks around here. So you have a kitchen here.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool. It's like another conference room.
Another conference room. So,
Yeah.
if you have a team and you want to do an off-site retreat somewhere,
Yeah.
like what a place, and just
Really cool spot.
have your team meet here, and
Yeah.
you can maybe throw some wine tasting in it
Yeah,
if you'd like.
yeah. Okay, cool. So that was your idea, obviously, was to maybe focus. Well, I mean, obviously, there's no real focus here because you have, again, it could be a house. You can come stay here if you wanted to like redo this space. You can have like a business meeting here, and obviously, any other event here, which is really cool.
Yeah.
This opens up out
Yep.
to the. I love this deck out here.
Yeah.
Really cool space. Because like we said, in the summer it gets warm here, but
Yep.
in the evenings in the summer it's probably nice.
Super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we, throw the bistro lights on, can bring more tables out here, have music, have a band. There's no neighbors around here. You can be as
loud as you
loud
want.
and go as late as you want.
Yeah. And you guys built the structure out. You said that there was a fireplace already here.
Yeah, so there was an existing fireplace, but we built this structure out, and it's really cool. So the show Promised Land, which was an ABC show that ran for a season, filmed the entire season here, which was awesome. And the show is about an immigrant family from Mexico who came to California and got into the wine business. And it's like a
Okay, cool.
multi-generational
Yeah.
story. It's really cool. And this location was like part of the refugee camp in the show. So
Really?
this structure didn't exist at the time. It was
Okay.
just like a fireplace,
Yeah.
and they dressed up everything else to make it, kind of look like a camp. But yeah, when you watch the show back, it's like that's the fireplace where
That's
it was
cool.
happening. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I love this structure.
Yeah.
It's really homey. It's really relaxing. And so you mentioned the PCT, Pacific Crest Trail, which
Yep.
is very famous from going from the border of Mexico and United States all the way up to Canada, right?
Yep.
It's a really long trail, and it goes through this property.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it goes through the property. So you'll see hikers pretty often. Usually maybe not during the summer when it's
No,
so
when
hot.
it's hot, yeah.
But now you'll start seeing hikers
Yeah.
coming through, and they'll stop in the winery and freshen up.
That's
and,
so cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then this here is the house manager's place?
Yeah, well, not Steve, who you met before.
Okay.
This is kind of the manager of the other workers here, like the people who work in the vineyard and stuff like that.
Got it.
So yeah, it's like the caretaker's
Yeah.
house.
How many employees do you guys have?
It ranges definitely. Like when
Sure.
it's seasonal, when we're picking, we definitely bring in a lot more people. But anywhere from maybe 5 to 7 people.
Yeah. Okay. Not too bad. I thought it
No.
would probably take like 20 people to run this place.
No,
but
I mean,
that's not bad.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. And are we at the edge of your property, or is there?
Well, technically, it goes as far as the grapes go.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. Cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Thanks for showing us this place. Now we're gonna go check out the animals.
Let's do it.
And then we'll end with some wine tasting.
Can't
All right,
wait.
let's go.
Yeah.
Come on. So now that we've seen, I guess, most of the structures, because we haven't walked through the like the actual vineyards, because that would take a long time.
Yeah, you might be here for a few days.
Yeah, for sure. But you obviously have different sections of grapes,
Yep.
right? So how many different sections of grapes do you have?
Well, there's 6 varietals. So there's Chardonnay, which is our white wine that we grow here, Cabernet Sauvignon, Zinfandel, Sangiovese, Merlot, and I'm gonna have to think of the 6th one. We'll put it in post.
Okay, cool. So you have 6 different sections of those types of grapes that grow on this estate. Okay, cool. And this is cool too, because you see all the different areas where people can come and have wine
Totally.
and just hang out.
Yeah.
And like bring food.
It's all different.
Do you have food here all the time, or just on the weekends, or how does that work?
We serve. We don't have a license right now to like have a kitchen
Yeah.
to do that, but we have like meats and cheeses and stuff that we sell out of here, and then we'll also buy lunch. So when we do the tours for people, we'll buy lunch and have that catered for people.
Okay.
Or we'll have vendors here doing different things that they're selling.
Okay, cool. And was this always here, like having animals, or something that
There
you guys
were,
added?
yeah. I mean, there's sort of been different generations of animals that have come through. I don't know if there's any animal that's been here the whole time.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
Very cool.
kind of like an animal, not an official refuge, but sometimes people will be like, hey, I have some chickens, and would you mind taking them off? Taking them off our hands. Like, sure. So yeah, we've got some.
Because you're not doing anything here in terms of like revenue stream. This is more just. This is actually really cool though, because when people are having wine, people love animals.
Yeah.
Just coming here, hanging out with the animals is really fun. So you have chickens here. You have, what else you got?
We got more chickens.
More chickens.
And over here we've got some donkeys.
Oh yes. Oh, you have a. Is that
alpaca?
Is that an alpaca?
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a gorgeous alpaca.
Yeah.
Do we have names?
I'm not sure what the alpaca's name is. We have a miniature horse also.
Oh, you do?
Named Tiny. I know that. The donkeys are new. I don't know if they've been named yet.
These are beautiful donkeys.
Yeah.
Did you guys buy them, or?
I'm not sure how it went down, but
Yeah.
they were rescued from
Very
a
cool.
donkey sanctuary.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
And these are your neighbors on this side.
Those are neighbors.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I mean
They don't want to come say hi today, huh? Said they don't want to come say hi.
we had some food maybe.
Yeah. they're even looking at us like, hey,
Yeah.
you gonna bring some food? Otherwise, I'm not gonna come over there. Beautiful animals. There they go.
It's taking its time.
And you guys have I see that you have like a tractor there with is that like a little train ride for like kids?
Well, that was so for Halloween or the month of October, we were doing hay rides through the vineyard. So, you can put 10 people on the back of that trailer and go through the vineyard and
nice.
have your glass of wine. Might be a little bumpy.
Yeah.
But it's just a cool way to experience the property.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. This the mini horse over here, or is it another donkey?
That is the mini horse.
Okay. What's the mini horse's name?
Tiny.
Tiny.
The coyote's trying to get in still.
Yeah, it is. Oh, don't go in the barn.
Tiny's a little shy.
Yeah. Very cool. I mean, there's room for more animals here too, if you want, right? Or like even horses. What's it zoned?
It's zoned residential and ag.
And ag. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you have animals or you're passionate about animals, you could definitely have more here. You could build more space for animals too.
Yeah, for sure. Because this is a massive place here where you can build stuff. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think getting kind of thirsty for some wine.
I think it's that time.
It's time?
Let's do it.
All right, sounds good. Let's go. Hi. Oh. No, they're sweet. All right, so now we're at the end of our tour. Thank you so much for giving us a tour of your winery. So now we're going to be going into the
cellar.
Cellar.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So we're at Agua Dulce Winery, but it says Heritage House Vineyards here. Why does it say that?
Yeah.
So Promised Land, the show, the ABC show that shot an entire season, the name of the winery was Heritage House Vineyards.
Okay,
so
cool.
this was, I guess you'll call it a prop for the winery on the show.
Yeah.
So, you know, they asked us at the end, like, oh, do you want us to like paint over it or restore it? We're like, nah, it's kind of cool.
I agree.
It's like a cool talking point, you know?
It is.
And we have other things like that around the winery from other shows, and it just shows. It's like we still have this LA Hollywood connection.
For sure.
You know, we're like we're out in the country, but we're still really tied into LA.
Yeah, I like that. All right, cool. Let's go check it out.
After you.
So this is where all the wine gets stored, huh?
This is it. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you definitely smell it.
Yep.
It smells like wine in here. Very cool. All right, so what's the process like? Because I don't know what the process is like. You pick the grapes and then
Crush them. And put them into barrels or tanks.
Okay.
Yeah. So the tank, we have 3 different types of barrels here. We have American, French, and Hungarian oak.
Okay.
And each has its own. It's called the toast.
Okay.
So like how charred the inside of the barrel is, and that gives another flavor to the wine.
Yeah.
So the wood has an effect. The toast has an effect. Obviously, the wine, you know, the different grapes, you know, have their own, you know, nuance.
Yeah.
So there's just, you know, it's like science, it's chemistry. You know, it's like all these little variables and factors equal, or you know, the taste, the finished product of the wine.
Yeah.
So, so some of these barrels, they'll hold wine for several years, and the tanks will hold, usually for, you know, a year or two.
Okay.
We'll have wine in there.
Do you ever put them like straight to the tanks, or is it first here and then here?
It depends on the wine.
Gotcha.
So some wine will start in the tanks and then we'll put it in the barrels. Others will just stay in the tanks.
Okay.
So kind of all depends on the wine.
Okay, cool. And how many gallons of wine do you have here?
So we have...
It's like a lot.
Yeah. As far as capacity goes, we can do 25,000 cases of wine, which is a lot.
25,000 cases of wine.
Yeah, we don't produce
per year.
Per year.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Of your own supply.
All stuff here.
Okay.
Yeah. We do less than that. It's just kind of a supply and demand thing.
For sure. Okay, cool. So we walk around?
Yeah, let's do it.
So that's how it's done. And what's the most length that you leave wine in either a barrel or a tank?
I'd say, you know, not more than 4 years typically in a barrel.
Okay. And this was all here when you guys bought this?
Mostly all here.
Okay.
Yeah, we've brought some other equipment in over the years.
Okay.
Hello. Like this warehouse space, we added on and built that.
For more storage?
More storage,
oh, so these are all the bottles?
Yeah, so these are all cases of wine.
Ready to go?
Yeah.
Ready to get shipped.
So this is, the end products here.
And you said earlier, you don't sell any of this wine wholesale.
Right.
Restaurants or stores or grocery stores, anything.
Yeah.
It goes all straight to a consumer.
It's all straight to consumer or bought or sold here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so it says a lot about the community aspect here, and you know, just people really love the wines and keep coming back.
Yeah.
But from the business opportunity, there's a huge opportunity to you know, get this wine out there.
For sure. And space here to have more wine.
For sure.
It doesn't seem like there's more space within this structure, but obviously there's more space to build even more structures to store wine.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, so...
Anything else to see over here? So this goes up here. This is where they like service the top of it?
Yeah, exactly. So the winemaker will go and he'll test the wine and stir it and, you know, decide if, you know, the mixture's right, if, you know, if they're doing a blend, if you got to add anything else.
Can we walk up there?
Sure.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
So do you know, like, this process, like, have you ever, like, studied it, or is it kind of more like the employees here that work at the winery?
A little bit. I did my, I think my, like, 8th grade science fair project on winemaking.
Okay,
I might have
cool.
gotten a little bit of help from my dad on that.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've you know been involved, you know, kind of seeing how it's all done, but haven't studied, you know, winemaking so closely to really give you a chemistry breakdown of how it all works.
All right, cool. And I see a couple are empty, and a couple obviously are full and closed.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So they open this up, and then they'll taste it, and then they'll see if it's ready or not. I guess.
Pretty much. Yeah, and we're coming up to harvest season, so it's kind of like the calm before the storm right now. So there's going to be a lot of activity happening. You know, picking and you know, getting the juice ready and all that.
And what are the months for that?
Like
right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So like in the fall time. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Sweet.
Yeah.
And so this wraps around. So all the tanks have you have an option to come up here and kind of taste all the wine.
Yep.
Up here. Very cool. And you have offices over here.
Yeah, so there's offices, the lab is here.
Do you ever have customers come here?
Yeah. So we actually did Stompfest in here. Usually we do Stompfest in the field. It was just a really hot day.
Okay.
So we had the barrels set up right here. You know, people were stomping grapes. The Lucy lookalikes were all here.
Okay.
We had music.
Oh, nice.
The barrels weren't here. We had tables.
Okay.
So yeah, this turned into kind of the party space.
Yeah. So it's very much like a community feel winery.
Definitely.
Which is, you know, kind of what I'm gathering.
Yeah. And it's, you know, people like, you know, just seeing how it's made.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, you can walk into a restaurant, or, you know, be in a restaurant or a supermarket and get a glass of wine. But when you actually walk in here and you see, like, whoa, it's a lot of work.
It is
to put that wine in the glass.
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It's kind of cool to share that with people. And we'll do tastings in here. We'll do wine blending classes where people can blend their own wines and then, you know, do their own private label that they can put on it.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
that's really cool. That's really cool. All right, cool. So should we have some wine?
It's time.
Let's do it. All right, come on. So what are we going to try today?
Let me see what we've got over here.
Okay. Straight out of the barrel.
Straight out.
I like that.
So let me get a thief.
Okay, cool. I'm excited for this. Some wine straight out of the barrel. I don't think I've ever had wine out of the barrel before. But what a cool structure, what a cool place, what a great tour. Hope you guys have really enjoyed this tour, because it's unique to have a tour like this available in LA. Again, this is the largest winery in the county of Los Angeles. Over 90 acres, 6 different types of grapes, and multiple structures, multiple revenue streams. Mike's been amazing, so thank you, Mike, for allowing us to come and shoot this amazing property of yours and your family. And let us know if you guys have any questions. You know, drop a link down below. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions. We'll definitely put a link to the website and to Mike's contact information if you guys have any questions for him directly. But we would love your comments if you guys want more videos like this in the future. All right, here we go. Some wine is coming our way. I know my friend Kevin would love this because he's a big wine guy. Kevin, thinking about you, bud. You would have loved this tour. All right, we always save the best for last, and that's going to be for us in this wine tour. Obviously, it's wine tasting with Mike. So, Mike, thank you.
Yeah.
So what are we going to have?
Not only a wine tasting, a barrel tasting.
A barrel tasting.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You can go anywhere to do a wine tasting.
That is true. This is a barrel.
This is right from the source.
I don't think I've ever had a barrel tasting.
Yeah.
So does this taste different here compared to having it after in a bottle?
It's going to be a little different.
Okay.
It's not fully mature.
Okay.
So you're gonna, you know, you're gonna taste the wine in process.
I love it. Let's go.
So this is our 2022 Zinfandel.
Okay.
Probably needs another year or so in the barrel.
Okay. I gotta drive after this, Mike, too. Just
I think I'll be suitable for driving.
All right, here we go.
I'll join you for this one.
Yes, please do, for all of them. And obviously, one of the main things about any kind of food thing is just making sure things are done properly. You don't get germs inside anything. It's like everything has to be done. I did beer one time.
Yeah.
And that process was like, oh my gosh, a lot of making sure things are clean.
Yep.
Otherwise, you'll ruin the whole thing.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, you got these big tanks, and if, you know, one thing's wrong, I mean, you got to throw the whole batch out.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. Salud. A little spicy? Yeah. That's really good.
Yeah.
So this is your Zinfandel.
This is Zinfandel.
And this is 2022, you said? It needs another year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that typical for Zinfandel, that it needs time to mature?
Yeah, 3 years in barrels usually.
Okay, got it. I don't know much about wines, you know. But now
you look like you know about it, just the way you swirl that glass.
I may look like it, but I don't know much about it. And I haven't had any food in any day, so it's going straight down.
Perfect.
It's really, really good. What do you usually pair this with, food-wise?
Zinfandel I would pair with a nice, you know, prime rib or
a steak. Okay. All right. Cool.
I usually like to go red meat with my red wine.
Okay. All right. Cool. Same. Yeah. I like that too. All right. Cool. What else we got? We got some more wine here.
We got some more. Yeah.
Okay. I want to taste your favorite one.
We don't have the Sangiovese
in the
available
barrel.
in the barrel right now to taste, but when we go into the tasting room, we'll for sure hit that up.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
So this is the cab.
Cab. Okay.
I don't know if you heard that.
I heard that.
Like the air escaping.
Yeah, I heard that. Well, it's fermenting in there.
It's fermenting.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pressurized.
There's a whole ecosystem happening.
Yeah. Really cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this is my first barrel tasting.
Nice.
Yeah. What a cool treat. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
So this device is called a thief.
A thief?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a cool name. Yeah. Stealing some wine before it's ready to go.
Yep.
So this is, sorry, you said this was a...
This is our 2022 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay. And it's ready when?
This will be ready, well, I got to taste it to really determine that, but probably within the year.
Okay. Cool. So soon.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers. Smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah, definitely full flavor.
Yeah. Yeah, that one had for sure at the end of it, you can really taste like a little spice in it. This is a lot, just goes straight down.
Yeah, this is a really popular wine. This is the one I gave you. This is the I gave you the reserve cab.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is great for I can feel like hot summer day. I actually like my reds cooled. I don't like a warm red for some reason. Do you have the same thoughts around it?
Or
are you open to it?
No, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most people like their red room temperature.
Yeah.
And their whites are like the rosé chilled.
Yeah.
But is that normal? Or has that become more popular? Or?
I mean,
or just us.
I think we're the only freaks who do that.
We're the only ones.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I mean, I think it's just, you know, I grew up like having more chilled wine.
Okay.
You know, certainly like the white wines I grew up were chilled, but you know, we like would put red wine, you know, in the fridge, you know, before serving it, just to have it a little bit like cooler temperature.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're alone there.
Okay, cool. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Thank you. Yeah. At the park, at the beach.
Yeah.
Hot summer day. Chilled. It's like nice. Really, really nice. And that for sure, I can see why you like that with steak. It's a little bit more bold, a little more flavor. It's got that little aftertaste to it. Yeah, this is great just alone. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, cool. So we're not done with the wine tasting.
No, we're gonna go to the.
We have some more wine tasting.
This was the pre-wine tasting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And this is open year round. Like this
year
is
round.
like you have people there every day working on stuff.
Totally.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I like your different Instagram opportunities.
Yeah,
here.
we even put the stand for your phone.
Oh, I like
so
that.
you can do a
Smart.
selfie shot.
Yeah.
Thought of
So
everything here.
Yeah, you don't have to have somebody hold it for you.
Yeah.
Very cool. So what haven't we talked about? We talked about all the revenue streams.
Mm-hmm.
You got film, you have Airbnb, you have events, weddings, business events. You have your direct to consumer is literally all the wine goes direct to consumer,
Basically.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
So there's so much opportunity there.
Yeah.
Anything else that we're missing?
No.
Movies,
Yeah, I mean,
films, shows.
those are the main things. It's
Yeah.
like turnkey.
Yeah,
You know, it's
really cool.
It's not like you got to come in and be like, all right, we got to change all this stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot you can improve on for sure. You know, but yeah, it's like a
And where can they find more information? You have a website?
yeah, aguadulcelisting.com.
Agua Dulce.
Oh, sorry, Agua Dulce
Listing.
Winery.
Winery.com. Okay, so
Yeah,
we'll make sure to add that to the
awesome.
to the show notes.
Yeah. This was the wine I was telling you about before that was sold out of our Santa Barbara winery.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
I've
So
seen
yeah,
it
this
before.
was all over Trader Joe's.
Very cool.
Yeah.
This is no longer in production.
No longer in production.
Okay, got it. Is there a reason for that?
Just we ended the partnership with Trader Joe's.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Nice.
And this is another product. We never really did anything with this,
Okay.
but this is kind of a cool thing. So we, and this would probably come with the property if someone was interested, but we have the patent on this plastic wine bottle with 2 cups here.
No way.
Yeah.
So who invented this contraption?
Well, I don't know if we got the patent from someone else. We bought it.
Oh, you did?
And yeah, so
That's really cool.
Yeah.
This is like, it's just, wow, I've never seen that before.
It's really cool.
How come this hasn't been out? Like, that's so cool.
I think
plastic bottle with 2 cups.
Yeah.
You just buy this and you're ready to go. You don't
Take it to the Still Hollywood Bowl, take it to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about a corkscrew, bringing glasses that are going to break. It's like you're, going camping even, take this with you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you guys make this here or is this made somewhere else?
We make that somewhere else. But
Okay,
the wine
gotcha.
is ours. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's our
your
juice.
wine. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But yeah, it's like, it's a lot
So
of
this is available?
Not now.
No,
If someone were to buy it?
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly.
Throw that in there.
Yeah, cool. I love that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I wanted to show the viewers this here because this is really cool. This is a map of where all your what do you call them? The wine
guests.
Wine guests.
Yeah.
Oh, these are all wine guests. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Not the actual people that are on the membership.
Yeah.
Cool. And most of them are in LA, obviously. A lot of people on the East Coast.
I mean, I think it's all 50 states.
Yeah,
I think we're represented everywhere.
Yeah,
It looks
you
like every
are.
province of Canada.
Yeah.
And then, you look on the outskirts, you see Assyria, Italy, Spain.
What's Assyria?
Truthfully, I didn't even know Assyria existed
I was like,
anymore.
what is Assyria?
I wanted to play it like, oh yeah, Assyria's still around. Yeah, I wasn't
Assyria,
sure about that.
Very cool.
Hungary, yeah. I mean, people from all over the world are coming here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you had like a world globe, it would be more full.
Yeah. Something else, I forgot to mention, as far as kind of the international appeal here, there's a private airport right next to the winery.
No way.
Yeah. So if you have a plane, you can
fly in here.
fly in literally next door and be here
And
in
walk
like
over, have some
seconds. Yeah.
That's actually really, really cool. So if you own this winery, if you had a plane, you could probably store it there or store on your property and fly out of here.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, look at LA and it's a
There's
not enough, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's like every city in Southern California pretty
There's
much.
people obviously from the ocean that live on on the water on a raft.
Got to represent the Atlanteans.
Exactly, yeah. Very cool. And these are photos from
Just old-timey ranch and winery photos.
Got it. Not from your ranch.
No.
Specifically. Okay, cool.
No. Yeah.
But just like the history of it.
history. Yeah. I mean,
1885. Wow. Bottling wine behind his office in the LA street in Anaheim. On LA Street.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, there's been an
That is
LA
really cool.
wine legacy, going back to the 1800s.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Yeah, this is another cool chart. This is it's kind of like the periodic table of elements, but with different wine varietals and seeing how they all relate and intersect.
Wow. That is a lot.
Yeah. yeah, I mean, it's like there's so many different
So
varietals.
your favorite kind is where?
Right here. I mean, that's the kind that they're profiling. Yeah.
Okay. And why? Well, let's go taste it because
do it, yeah.
I want to chat with you about why it's your favorite. Obviously, if you grew up with a family that has a winery, you probably know a lot about wines, and so I guess I kind of wanted to understand why this is your favorite type of wine.
Sure. Yeah.